Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. We are talking about Mary Kay today. It feels like it's been a little while. I don't know if it's been that long. Anyway, we've got a power hour with a top leader that I don't think we reacted to here on my channel before, and it's gonna be a great time. And we're gonna get right the fuck into it. But first, we need the disclaimer. If you landed on my channel and you somehow don't know what Mary Kay is, they are what is called an MLM, also known as a multi-level marketing company, network marketing company, social selling company, party plan company. Some would even refer to these types of business models as a pyramid scheme. And that is because they do run on a recruitment-based business model, meaning the more people they recruit to their team, the more money they make in the forms of bonuses, more commission. These types of businesses do have products, and the products that Mary Kay decided to sell is skincare and makeup products. Now that we have a basic understanding of Mary Kay, I think we are fit to become part of a Mary Kay team for the next half hour or so and critique how they're running their business.
This should be fun.
Let's get into it.
Well, welcome to our Dynasty Power Hour. And again, this is the final class or final Zoom that we have in the month of December. The next time I see you, I think it is January 5th. It's the first Monday in January. December prizes and promotions. All right, guys, if you add a new team member this month, you get a gift. And I have instructed Jennifer to pull out 10 of the most fabulous prizes that we have. And when you have a new team member, she'll give you a call and say, what prize do you want? Which one do you want? And she will give you the corresponding box prize, okay? Now we're
Interesting, they get prizes for recruiting team members, but do they get prizes for top sales? Maybe we should let her keep talking. I'll be shocked, honestly, if there's prizes for top sales.
also going to do the same thing for your wholesale order. If you have $400 wholesale, you get one gift. $600 wholesale, you get 2 gifts. $800 wholesale, you get 3 gifts. And $1,000 wholesale, you get 4 gifts.
Okay, so no. Just to be clear, if you're not familiar with Mary Kay, that is definitely not the same as bonus for selling. That is a bonus for ordering. You order your wholesale makeup. So they're just encouraging more people to buy more stock in Mary Kay and have it just sit on their shelves, potentially not selling.
It's illogical, it's wasteful, and it's messy.
Allegedly, in my opinion.
Also, the deadline to tell me what your team's personal team challenge can be begins January 1st, but make sure you let me know. That way I can reward your team when they have achieved the goal. One of the things that Jennifer Hubbard was talking about, we were just talking about before everybody came in, was her mission was that everybody on her team become a red jacket. That would be a cool goal, okay? People from my personal team that I have added this year, I think our goal is going to be winning 100. That between the people that I recruit and they recruit and they recruit and they recruit, all the way down, can we add 100 new people by June 30th, which will help us in our seminar goals. And remember, however high we go as far as wholesale is where we have seats at seminar. Let's not forget. All right.
Oh, you want to get those good seats. Get the good seats close to the Mary Kay celebrities, right? I feel like all MLMs have their own group of celebrities within said MLM. Them and their top leader friends are the celebrities that you always want to meet. And it turns out most of them are just like Regina George, allegedly, and in my opinion.
Oh my God, I love your skirt. Where did you get it? That is the ugliest effing skirt I've ever seen.
So let's go ahead and stop that. Okie dokie. And let's get into some of the things that we want to talk about tonight. And one is star consultant status. And why is it important to be a star? Well, when you are a star consultant, you go into the rotation of leads. You know that when you set up your personal website, you gave them 5 different zip codes that you would like to receive a lead from. And if you are a star consultant, if someone types into marykay.com or they go to 1-800-MARY-KAY and they are searching for a consultant in a zip code that you selected and you are a star, then you get that referral in rotation, okay, with all the other star consultants that are in your area, okay?
Keywords being with all of the other star consultants that are in your area. Mary Kay is one of the MLMs, one of the many MLMs that is very oversaturated. It is very easy to find a Mary Kay consultant and a Mary Kay star consultant. Maybe not as easy because you have to be recruiting and selling a fuck ton, I believe. It's not hard to find a consultant. So when you do end up being a star consultant and somebody is searching said zip code, the odds of you showing up as the consultant to purchase from are still pretty slim because of the saturation of Mary Kay consultants. So it's not that great of a perk, if you ask me.
Nobody did ask you, did they?
I know nobody did, but there's my 2 cents anyway.
And let's not forget the rewards. The higher the points, the higher the rewards. And so what I want to do, let's see if I can do this right now. I'm going to take you over to, let's see if this is right. We are now on Mary Kay in Touch, okay? And we are going to go and see at the top. This is the home page, and at the top, there's something called rewards. To find out more about your star, simply click here, okay, and go down to the Star Consultant Program and click it. Okay, so when you get to the Star Consultant Program, it will share with you how to redeem your prizes, okay? But I want to show you something. Let me see if I can figure this out. Let's see if it's on down here. Okay, I want to show you something just so you kind of get it. Can you all see the screen? Can you see the screen kind of? Okay, so understand that the higher you go as a star consultant starts at 1,800. So let's say at 1,800, it equals 2,000 credits or 2,000 points. Do you see that? Okay, so it's almost 1 for 1.
Ma'am, almost doesn't count.
Almost. $1 wholesale equals almost $1 or 1 point credit. But if you look up here to someone who would finish, let's say Pearl, at Pearl, you would think that same would be kind of like, instead of 4,800, would probably be around 5,000 points. But no, look at what it starts at, 7,000 credits. The higher you go, the more credits you get per dollar, okay? So let's just say you all the way up between your team building and everything, team building and your wholesale orders, you're a Pearl Star at the $9,600 level. Instead of 9,600 credits or 10,000 credits, because it's close, you actually would be getting $24,000 credits. So do you understand? It's not just important to finish star, but how big a star, how far up, because the higher you go, the more credits you get. And now, if you want to redeem your prizes, you simply go to that Star Consultant Program and then click Redeem Prizes. Now, here's what's really cool, okay? Does it make me relog in? Hold on. Let me see what it's doing here. Oh, no, we're good. Okay, so the cool part about Star Consultant is that you can go up here and search by what you want to get a prize. Maybe you need electronics or fashion and accessories or jewelry and watches or home and office, kitchen and tabletop, outdoors, sports, fitness, children's things, travel, and other rewards. Someone just unmute yourself and tell me to look up something.
All right. I don't remember, and I'm dating myself probably when I bring this up. I don't remember what store it was. I don't remember if it was Service Merchandise or Finger Hut or one of those catalog people. They had this, but you weren't recruiting. So I remember my parents would buy stuff from these places and they would be able to go into a section and use their rewards or points to get a certain amount off of like vacuums or like cookware like they're doing here, or get it for free. It's just so crazy to me that this is like their business perk. And I know other businesses do offer things like this through like their portals and whatnot, but they're different in the sense that they pay you a livable wage most likely before you go and get these rewards. But I don't know. Let me know if you remember where these rewards programs were, because I swear they were a thing back in like the 90s, maybe the 80s. I don't remember the 80s that much. Anyway, let's get back into it.
What would you like to, what category? Yvonne, what category would you like for me to click?
Television.
A television. So this would probably be under electronics. Okay. Audio and video, cameras and recorders, tablets and phones, other electronics. So over here we got automotive GPS, cycling GPS, hiking GPS, two-way radios, emergency services, health and fitness trackers, alarm clocks, movies and music. I'm going all the way down. Smart home, drone, smartphone. I don't see a TV on here, but I know they got to have it. Try to figure out where else it would be. Automotive, tablet, it said computer accessories. I guess maybe they think there was enough need for that. Yvonne, leave it to you, girl. You found the one thing I can't find. Oh, I got it. Audio and video. Here we go. All the way down, because they had earbuds and headphones, over-the-ear headphones, noise-canceling headphones. Then it goes on to a sound bar, a home theater package, receivers and amplifiers, home theater speakers, outdoor speakers.
Can they not go through this themselves? Why are you literally on a Zoom call paging through? I'm not ageist, but I just looked at everybody on the side here, okay? And maybe I get it now. I'm not ageist though.
You keep telling yourself that.
I just understand that older people that are not in the millennial or Gen X realm, or like, you know, younger realm of generations, don't have as easy of a time going through these websites as they did going through the service merchandise catalogs. I'm gonna put myself in timeout, but first I'm gonna finish recording this video.
Turntables. I mean, it just keeps going. So now let's look at TVs. You can get a 32-inch, a 50-inch, or over 50-inch. Which one you want to click onto?
Over.
Over 50-inch. Okay, let's see. Over a 50-inch TV. All right. This, it says 43, but it said 50. Not sure why it's doing what it's doing. But anyway, there must be something in here I'm not clicking. But it's 16,000 credits. Is up to 25. Let's see what this one is. This is a smart one, but it actually has anti-glare and it does all your apps and all that kind of stuff. So yes, you can get computers, you can get all kinds of stuff under electronics. Who else would like to have me look something up?
Somebody, anybody, everybody.
How about something for grandkids? Something, let's go to kids, children's. Okay. All right, let's do baby gear, bike and ride-ons. Let's see what bikes and ride-ons. Let's see what kind of stuff. Oh, my stars. Look at all this cute.
This is a rabbit hole. I need to find more out about this Star Boutique. It's what it's called. It's a Star Boutique. Star Boutique with the Star Consultant Program. I did a deep dive on Mary Kay not too long ago, and it's starting to feel like I didn't even shallow dive. I just kind of touched the water.
I could have done better.
I need to get back in there and figure out what's really going on in Mary Kay. I apologize for how shallow that dive was now that I'm seeing what I'm seeing.
That you can end up getting for your grandkids. And it's got 6 pages of it, guys. 6 pages of it. Pink tricycle up there. So let's say you are a fashionista and you love jewelry. So let's look at, let's look at women's apparel. They have women's apparel in here. So we got flip-floppies.
Flip-floppies.
Flippy floppies to the sky.
And the thing about this is usually it's high-end stuff that they have.
Well, that's a bit of a reach.
Whenever like a designer stuff. So we got slippers and umbrellas, and we got Brighton, which is a designer, a Brighton keychain. We got all kinds of different stuff in here, guys. It has 35 pages of stuff for this one that you can slip.
Oh, relax. Brighton seems fitting.
You can figure out what you want. Okay, so let me tell you how to navigate this. How you navigate it is you decide, you know what? I think I just broke my kitchen knife. I need new knives in my kitchen. Okay, so what I would do is I would go over here. Okay, see where the kitchen knives are? Let's go kitchen electronics, pots, pans, tabletop. Okay, other kitchen gadgets. Why am I picking up things that it's going to be hard for me to find? Okay, tabletop wine glasses, salads, because we have beer glasses, pitchers, other kitchen things. French press. Okay, let's just say I'm in need of a coffee maker because I can't find knobs real fast. Okay, so then this is got cute little coffee mugs and creamers and things like that. There are 4 pages that you can sort through, and this right here are your like Keurig, different types of like a little pop carousel. There is a coffee maker right there. There's all kinds of stuff in here that you can pick from. So let's just say, all right, I love this Villery and Bosch mug. Do you see where it says put a little heart right here? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to the wish list.
It's also like miles, right? Like you're shopping with miles. And you probably do get better things with miles and credit card points than you would with Mary Kay and their Star Boutique.
Look up here, go and decide what you want your Star Consultant points to go to based on what you need or want. Okay. And I'm trying to do it fast. But look over here, you can put all of your items by simply clicking the little heart. And what it does is it make a list. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my own Star Consultant poster, goal poster. And look what I can do. I could say, all right, I want to add this to my poster. There it is, up on my goal poster. And here's the cool thing. Once you've created your poster, I think you could put 6 things on here. Once you have put 6 things on here, you can actually download it as a goal sheet, or you can, I know that on here some way that you can actually send it and have it on your phone. You can end up fill this up and screenshot it on your phone and then make it your wallpaper.
I feel like that's such a fucking waste of time. That is just a better way for them to get even more intertwined with the Mary Kay world and waste their fucking time doing nothing. They could be reading a book. They could be spending time with their kids. They could be actually shopping with money from a job that pays them a livable wage and getting a better deal on it, probably for the amount they would have to spend in Mary Kay wholesale just to get a mug. There's so many other things you can be doing other than making a dream poster for the things you want from your Star Boutique.
Literally anything else?
Life's too short for this shit, in my opinion, of course.
So you know what you're working towards. So the Star Consultant program has travel, it has anything you can think of for your home, kids, family, jewelry. Let's do jewelry and watches. Okay, and I think I want bracelets. Okay, so here's a Kate Spade gold bracelet. There's another Kate Spade bracelet. There's a fossil bracelet. These are like popular designer bracelets that are pretty pricey if you would go buy them.
This is when, and maybe this is a hot take, but when I start to see things like Kate Spade and Fossil and Brighton in places like this is where it kind of starts to lose the desirability for me, because it just starts to feel like they have in a way sold out. Like their things are not as desirable anymore because they're easier to get. More people have them. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. What is it about that? That's probably something people learn in marketing that I have no idea about because I never went to school for marketing or psychology. That's interesting. I wonder why I feel that way. Anyway, let me know if you feel the same way. Like if you start seeing these types of designers and brands in rewards, do you lose the desire to want them anymore because you don't have to work as hard to pay for them? You don't feel like you have to work as hard? I don't know. Maybe I'll dig deeper into that and report back.
Brighton, there's the little hearts for Brighton, but these are all designer. And what you can do is you can click and decide which ones do you want, and then pick out your things you want first and then put them on your goal poster. The cool part about how they changed Star Consultant program was they had a poster, and at each category, they'd have like 3 items and maybe 2 items. And then that was the only thing you picked from. That was your only option. If you hit 1800, there might be 2 or 3 items that you could pick from, but that was it. Now there are literally thousands of items that you can pick from, which is fabulous. Okay.
It's fabulous, but it's also a sign of how much overconsumption has taken over. Like, we don't need this many options. It's so overwhelming to see how many options we have for everything. This is so rambly at this point.
Now, the other thing that you can do is, let's say you want something really big, maybe a trip, or maybe you want to have cards to eat out on. They have different restaurant cards that you can apply your stuff to, so you could go and eat out. You can accumulate those totals. So like right now, it's like, for instance, if you don't spend it, it just stays there until you get ready to spend it.
You could just go and buy the dinner if instead of sending you to the Star Boutique, they paid you a livable wage to own your own business at Mary Kay. What a concept.
Which is really cool. So they just kind of add up. Does that make sense? Okay. And we'll stop the share right here. Does anybody have any questions about that? About how the STAR program and the gifts work? And so at any point in time, if you have points that have been accumulated there, you can always go in and you can place an order for whatever you want to. But I always think it's more fun to go shopping. It's like, how many of you remember the days when you would walk around and go window shopping? Right? You'd walk around and just see all the stuff in the window. Or you go to the mall and you just see, you look at what they put out in the, in the windows. Or you would, okay, I'm aging myself so bad here. How many of you remember getting the JCPenney or Sears catalog, the toy one? Okay. And you would look through the toys, right?
They still do that. My kids still go through the Target and Walmart and Amazon catalogs every year and circle things. So thank God they still do that. It's not something that's gone away. I think it did maybe go away for a minute, but they started sending them again.
And you would pick out the things that you wanted. Okay. It's much more fun to work towards STAR Consultant when you know what you're working for. So I want to challenge each of you just to go in and shop. What do you need in your house? What would you like for you?
Why not just give these STAR consultants a livable wage so that they can then take the money and buy a bracelet that they actually want that's not listed on the website for points?
I think that'd be nice, don't you?
Instead of the points, give them money and they can buy their own shit. This is so asinine because it's just encouraging more Mary Kay consultants who are trying to reach for the top of the pyramid, allegedly in my opinion, to spend more of their own money, to buy more wholesale, to bug the people that they know and love to join their team so that they can get more points to buy a Kate Spade bracelet.
Maybe you want to, how many of you know Peggy Nichols, National Sales Director Peggy Nichols? Peggy Nichols has done the National Court of Sales for probably 30 years. And now what she does, all of her star gifts, that's how she does her Christmas shopping every year. She goes every quarter. She takes, because she usually is at that 9,600 or higher level. And what she does is she goes and just buys with her points Christmas gifts for her family.
Poor little Timmy asked for the city Lego set that he's been wanting for months, but this Christmas he got Brickcraft because that's what they had on the Star Boutique. Sorry, Timmy.
And she starts, like right now, yes, this would be too late. She would be too late for Christmas. So whatever that's going on now, she would pick out for next year's Christmas. And then she would just spend it. And that way she didn't have to spend any money for Christmas, but yet they got some really fabulous gifts. Okay. So referrals from Mary Kay is a reason to be a STAR consultant. The prizes are another reason. Just a quick reminder that in November and December, if you did 600 each month or higher, you get 800 bonus points in your STAR. So congratulations to how many of you have done a $600 wholesale order last month and will do it this month? If you have, very good. Do you know that is 800 bonus STAR points?
That literally means nothing. That doesn't mean they had sales or anything. That just means that they personally ordered makeup and skincare wholesale. We don't know if that was sold. Why is that being rewarded? Mary Kay always blows my mind because I just can't wrap my head around how people ever think this is a good idea. I can't get there. Maybe one day, not today.
So that's really cool. Okay. I also really think it's really nice that they give you the ability to get 600 bonus points in your star ladder. So
Yeah, so generous of them.
you have to yourself do at least 1,800. But if you have a new team member who comes in a quarter and she accumulates $600 in orders, you get 600 points in your star. It will automatically bump you to a new level, which is really cool. And you get recognition each week at our Zoom meeting. And the bottom line is being a star consultant is a really big deal in the Mary Kay world. It truly is. The most important thing you can do right now is if you're finishing star, finish your star. If you need to place an order for holiday gift giving, get it in by tonight. But the other thing is start setting up for the new quarter, because we're going to be excited and celebrate all those who finish star. But guess what happens tomorrow morning? Everybody in the world of Mary Kay starts at 0. Everybody's starting a new quarter at 0. And so I'm going to just do a real quick review. And if everybody can write these things down to get yourself, make sure you are, not letting your Mary Kay slide back over the next 2 weeks. Okay. So here's some things to focus on between the 16th and the 31st. Make sure you have a date book. It could be one that you do online. It could be one that is a paper date book, but you need to have something. And it needs to be something that you can put everything in one place. In other words, your faith and church activities, your family activities, your personal hobbies, if you work another job, whatever it is that needs to go, it needs to go in one place. One of the things we find from people who have young children is that they have like the school calendar up here, and they got the soccer calendar over here, and then they got the thing at work, and then they got, are you with me?
No, not really, no.
And they got this little tiny thing. They look in their purse. It's like a little tiny date book that they can put their doctor's appointments in instead of having it all merged. And so that's number one. Once you get the date book, you need to go into your date book and find places in your calendar that you can do your Zoom parties, because January and February is the best time in the world to do Zoom parties and facials, because everybody's kind of stuck inside. I mean, even if it isn't bad outside, people will, they will stay inside because they think it's going to be bad.
I don't think that's how it works.
The weatherman said it was going to be in the 60s and sunny all day, but I'm going to stay inside because it might be bad.
That's not how it works, man. People don't just stay inside because they think it might be bad. Maybe like a day after the snowstorm or something, but not every fucking day in winter, depending on where you live. I live in Colorado, so believe it or not, if you're not familiar with Colorado, at least the southern part, our winters are very mild. For example, last week or the week before, it was in the 60s and 70s where I am all week. Christmas was almost 70, I think. It's not very cold. I'm not staying in because I think it might be bad out. The sun is shining and whacking me in the face. I'm okay to go out. And most people do the same thing. You look outside, you could tell it's not storming. You're not staying inside because you're afraid it might be bad out.
I had stuff all lined up for Friday and Thursday and Friday. I had a bunch of appointments and things. And lo and behold, everything canceled, because guess what? We were supposed to get the storm of the season, right? And nothing happened on Thursday. Nothing happened on Friday. And finally, Saturday night, we got something. But you need to go in and outline, where are you going to do your facials? Where are you going to do your Zoom appointments? Okay. And then one of the best things you can do between I don't do it the day after Christmas. I always did it on the 27th. But between the 27th and the 30th, I don't do it on New Year's Eve. Okay. But so write these dates down, the 27th through the 30th. It's basically 27, 28, 29, 30. It's 4 days. And
thank you for counting for us, because nobody else on this call knew how many numbers were between 27 and 31.
So during those 4 days, here's what you want to do. You want to have some type of customer special, something, BOGO, buy one, get one half price, or if they spend $50 with you, they get to pick from the half price sheet or whatever. Okay. You want to make sure that when you are doing it, that you see if there's anything they need, and then have a special that you are offering anybody who hosts a party, a Zoom party. It's you're only offering it to your first 10 hostesses. And so, you know, I know you love Mary Kay, and how would you like to have a half price shopping spree? But I can only give it to my first 10 customers. And they're like, I don't want to get a party together. Well, will you donate your face to the cause? Because I have committed to doing 30 faces this month. Would you donate your face? So start with a product order is the reason that you called. And then you can ask her for the party. You only have 10 openings for the special hostess program that you're offering. And then ask her if she would donate her face. If she books her face into an appointment, in other words, you get a time and a date on your date book. Okay. If she says, oh, sure, just call me back later, I'm really busy right now. That's not a booking. Okay. That's a maybe, because you don't know if you'll ever get a hold of her again. Okay. So book it and offer her something like one glamour item at half price. A glamour item is eyeshadows, blush, lipstick, lip gloss, mascara. She gets one of those items at half price if she has a friend join her for her facial. And get your date book lined up. For those 3 days, blitz it. Like, do a booking blitz. Call every single person you know.
No, don't do that.
Challenge yourself to do more than you've ever done in the month of January. Because the best gift that we could have from Old Man Winter is that we get a snowy January. Because people will be in the house. It gets dark at 5 o'clock and everybody is bored.
Pray for shitty weather so that you can go out in the shitty weather and give other people facials. What? That's the only way you're getting people to do facials if they're stuck at home and have no other option. Could you imagine just chilling at home in a snowstorm? You've stocked up on snacks. You're in a fucking onesie. You're cozy. You're watching a movie and knock, knock, knock. It's the Mary Kay lady to do your facial.
Quick, hide.
Okay. And so make sure you get your date book filled, and last minute you're calling everybody to get your $400 order in, right? And you want to get your bookings set in those 4 days for January so that you have time to mail them or drop off a sample packet to them.
It's also giving desperate, just a little bit. You're a little desperate at that point. If the only hope you feel you have to get a yes is if they're stuck at home and can't go anywhere to escape the free facial.
Okay. So you got to get it done, because if you wait until the beginning of January, it won't be for about 10 days before you ever get your first facial or party held. So you want to try to do that. Also, make sure you clean out and organize your office. Get rid of stuff. Okay. Gather up your receipts and count your inventory. Any inventory that's ordered, if you were new, and most of you on here are not new, but if this is your first year, then remember that inventory from previous years is considered inventory. But if anything that was purchased this year goes, and tell your accountant, it goes under the heading of cost of goods purchased. Okay. Because if you go in and start saying inventory to your accountant, he thinks you know what you're talking about. And that's just what we call any product that we have on our shelf. But the reality of it is anything that's a year older, that is, like you purchased in 2024 and it's there, that is considered inventory. Anything you purchase in 2025 is cost of goods purchased.
I give credit where credit is due, and I will give her credit for explaining that tiny piece of how to categorize your inventory when we're talking about taxes and keeping your books. Props to her for that, because I don't hear that often, if ever.
Do something special for your customers, New Year special BOGO, and we already talked about that. Okay. Also contact all who have listened to the hotline for $350 in coupons. And make sure that you place a 400 by the end of the month to be on target for star. One of the things that I did this year was I tried to keep everybody up to date every 2 weeks. So I would send, if you were within range, if you were kind of like on target, you had $400 in the last 2 weeks or the first 2 weeks of a new quarter, then I started sending you star updates. But after a while, if I didn't really see that you were working towards it, I give you an update and it just wasn't happening, or you were way too far off and it didn't really seem to matter with me giving you an update, you may not have gotten updates.
If you stopped working at doing star consultant things, I just started to ignore you. Surprise, new perk.
So everybody who places an order between the 16th and the 31st, I'm going to start giving you updates. If you want to be 100% on target, it's 400 wholesale. Okay. All right. So anybody have any questions on anything? Y'all just standing out there in the desert. Nothing? Easy breezy? All right. Well, guys, I guess that's basically all I have to share with you all tonight. It means y'all actually get off early this evening. Oh my stars. What will you do with yourself? How about finish up star? That's a good thing. All right. Everybody clear? Everybody got a plan? Gonna conquer the world? All right.
Micromanaging them in their own business, I see.
That's a good thing. Well, ladies, let's let Miss Jennifer do our drawing.
I just drew, and the first one I drew was Marilyn Ford.
Woo.
I drew Linda Heatherman,
Hey.
Yvonne Booth, and Sally Robinson.
And Sally Robinson. Very good. Congratulations, ladies. Well, without any further ado, I guess all I've got to say to you is have a happy holiday. Don't gain too much weight,
Ew. That's all I have to say about that. Ew. Who says that?
Enjoy the time with your friends and family, but don't forget your Mary Kay in the process of it. And I guess I won't see any of you guys until next year. So have a great one, and we will talk to you in 2026.
Merry Christmas.
Same to you. Bye-bye,
Merry
guys.
Christmas.
I'm still so taken aback. That's so old school. Like,
Don't gain too much weight.
it's okay to consume the food you like the way you like it at Christmas time. Unless your doctor says otherwise. We have different issues, maybe. But don't be like that, and don't fall for Mary Kay ever. I'm still confused as how they're even still around. But that's a video for a different day. As always, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.